A couple of years ago, I stumbled upon a document that stated that the Nigerian resources does not belong to Nigeria or the Nigerian people, whether it's discovered or undiscovered. And when I mentioned it in one of my lives, somebody said it was a conspiracy theory. Fast forward to now, you can now read this publicly. The former Secretary of State of the United States of America, Henry Kissinger, wrote a report in 1947 stating that the Nigerian resources should not benefit Nigeria or the Nigerian people. It should exclusively be reserved for rich nations, which is America and the rest. Now, I don't know why as a rich nation, your resource that you need to be rich is coming from another country, but that's not the point of this video. And over the years, they've put systems in place like privatizing institutions that are supposed to be run by the government and buying it, which means they are now controlling it, and sabotaging especially the agricultural sector, like what happened in 2017 with the Nigerian ginger. We used to be one of the largest exporter of ginger. Now we're the one importing ginger. This was an intentional sabotage that was done by these people, and they've done it in different sector in Nigeria to ensure that the country remains in a certain level, and also to control the population, because there is a level of humanitarian crisis due to overpopulation that can occur, that they'll be forced to use those resources in Nigeria, and they don't want that. So they're currently trying to regulate the population by introducing, I don't know, certain kind of foods and contraceptives that are harmful. And one of the foundations that are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that this happens is the Belinda and Gates Foundation. Now, if you hear foundation, you'll be like, oh, it's an NGO. But the Belinda and Gates Foundation is not just an NGO. They are actively involved in the decision making in the Nigerian government. They are part of the bodies. I didn't mention in the previous video I made about the summits that happened in Nigeria. I mentioned a couple of organizations that are involved in the decision making in how Nigeria is to be run. I didn't mention Belinda and Gates Foundation, but they are part of them. Yeah. So, to the person that came to my live and said, you like Donald Trump because he doesn't have any business with African resources, America cannot function without resources from countries like Nigeria and other African countries as well. They will go bankrupt. They'll become a third world country if they don't have access to the resources from Nigeria. Donald Trump cannot afford to not be involved in Nigeria just because he's using other people, just the way he's using General Langley to attack Burkina Faso instead of doing it himself. That's how, I don't want to mention the foundation, but certain foundation is actively in Nigeria to control certain things, to ensure that the Nigerian resources is used for the rich nations. Anyway, bye.